We are going to talk today about the station build menu, how to use it properly. I will show you how to use the new rotation tools that HOSAS provided now with 4.1. Good morning, spaceman. My name's Captain Collins and welcome back to X4 Foundations. Since the last update 4.1, HOSAS introduced a new way to use the station build menu by rotating all things in all angles. So 360 degree in every single direction, and we're going to talk about how to use that. Especially now after we have seen the station build contest on the HOSAS forums. Maybe you are aware of that, maybe not. The link is in the description down below if you want to take a look at all the station designs that got provided there. So let's jump right into the game, and we're taking a look at a new plot, not that HQ, but we're doing something completely new. Let's start off here with a completely new plot in Black Hole Sun 4. And the first thing that you can see that now your plot is located in the system exactly where it is, and you can see all the stuff that's around you. Especially important if you want to make builds that are somehow make sense, like for example having a dock facing into the direction of the jump gate. Now you know where the jump gate is without speculating. And from here on we start our build. Let's say we take a docking module, a 3M6S, place it there somewhere in the middle, and then we want to take a 3E dock right next to this. That's all the stuff that we already know, but what you can now do is you can rotate all of these parts. Before we could rotate these parts in that direction, and when you hold down shift, you can also let it snap a little bit. We talk about shift later, let's just talk about the rotation. Why am I taking a look from the top? Because now it is working that way. You are looking at a 2D interface. That's your monitor. And that 2D interface is basically your rotation plane. So where you can rotate stuff. If I take a look from the top, I can rotate it around here, right? This is my rotation plane. This is, if I take a look from the front now, my rotation plane changes. If I take the 3E dock, then I can now rotate it on this rotation plane that you are looking right now into every single direction. And this way it looks like that. This is a build that was not possible before the 4.1 version. And there is another rotation plane. It's that one here, where it allows me to rotate it in a completely different direction. Now this is how it would look like when we just let it go somehow. What you can do after you rotated something and you want to reset it completely, right click it and reset rotation. In that case, you reset the rotation of the specific module you were just clicking on. Now we're back to square one, and we can now start again by looking at the thing, add to the rotation plane. We want to change the rotation plane maybe in that way. And now we have a docking pier that is upside down instead of just on the axis that it was possible beforehand. And this is pretty useful exactly with something like an 3-dock E pier that has only one single connection point, or you have sometimes a production module, like let's say for example the refined metals, which you always had to put on top, otherwise it would not work. And this time you can take a look at this refined metal production, change it in its orientation like that, for example. And right now you're able to attach it to a docking area that way. When you've done some weird stuff with your refined metal production and you do not know how to fix it again because it's just acting weird, like I said, right click on it, reset rotation, and it's back to normal. Left click, you drag and drop it, right click, and holding, you are rotating it. There are 3 different angles that you can use basically, so you do not need to get too much confused. It's basically the same as this dice that we're looking at in so our building plot. You can look from the top, then it's rotating in this direction. You can look add it from, let's say, from the front, then you're rotating it in this direction. Then you can also take a look from the side and rotate it in this direction. There are only these three, there are no more. So if you're looking maybe from a little bit different angle, then it will always work on one of these three rotation angles. And that's about it for the rotation angle. Really easy. You have three different axes that you can use. And if you don't like it, right click it and reset the rotation. So what did I tell you about the shift snap moving? As you can see, it's not moving like without shift, very smooth, but it's snapping a little bit. Well, you can change this snapping on that settings menu here, and it's called the discrete angle step. You can set this to whatever you want in 5-degree steps. So if I set it, for example, to 90 degrees and I rotate my stuff and hold down shift, it snaps in 90-degree angles. To be as versatile as you can be, I advise you to put this on 15 degrees. 15 degrees makes sense for every single race you're using, even if it's split or any other Terrans, Argons, or whatever. You can use this setting for everyone. Split do have some stations where it would make sense to go to 30 degrees. Argon and others do have stations that make sense to work with 45 degrees. And when you use 15 degrees, you don't need to change it at all because you can use it with everyone. There is another thing here that you can enable that you maybe have seen in the station design contest, and it's called allow module overlap. So that way you can just put your refined metal production into the docking pier and it will allow that. This will allow you to build some glitch stations that overlap with their modules, and you can build completely different stations. If it is not something where ships do need to land on, like on a docking pier or whatever, you can build these stations just how you like. Otherwise, you're not allowed to do that, as you can see right here or right there. This will allow it. That's perfectly fine. So your creativity with these few options could be limitless from now on in version 4.1. And I advise you to really take advantage of that, especially of the rotating in every single axis. That makes building very compact stations so easy, and you can now save money by just buying very small building plots and put everything in their packet as dense as you can by rotating the modules so that it fits into every single corner. Now that we did that, we confirm the module changes. That is one step that you need to do that is more than before 4.0. And when you confirm the module changes, you do have a few more informations down here. First of all, you do have the resources needed to complete the changes. These are shown right there. And then you can also manage your offers. You can give it a global, so a trade rule for the complete build, or you can go into every single offer here, Claytronics, hull parts, or whatever, and place different prices or even different trade rules. You can also give money in here. You can accept the estimate, or you can change it completely how you want it. That is also possible to do right here in that menu. Sometimes you do have modules. Let's go back to the top. Sometimes you do have modules where there is a pen to the right side, and that means you have more options for that single module. Most likely you have options to build either turrets and or shields on these modules. You can select a loadout there individually, or you go back and you say a preset for all the station modules and say high preset because you want it from everyone. What we now see is also a new part of the buildings right now. It is that there are wares coming in, although you do not have assigned a builder yet. When you started to place your stuff, you confirmed the module changes. that is important. You clicked on confirm module changes, and that will start these buildings to gather the resources that you need. You see them here in the rare reservations. And very nice, you can also see the resources that are brought in the next time. So the first number that is a 0 at the moment everywhere means there is nothing in the building storage. So the first number is what is in the building storage. The number in brackets, the plus number in green, is what is being delivered in the next time. And the number on the right is how much resources do you need for that build to complete. From here on, you can go and click this button, assign or hire a builder, and then search for a builder that is maybe around here. We could take that, select it, and put it in to the work on our station. But there is one thing that I wanted to show you that is especially more easy at the start when you do not have that much information and you need to fly around and find a builder. So we confirmed the modules, everything is okay. We close that menu, we go back to the map, and now you have your building that is being built right here, and you fly around and search for a builder. And when you find one, you can do something as easy as just right click on the builder that you just found, hire for building, and it will show you the buildings that are right now in the need of a builder. Usually that's 1 or 2. If you're building 10 or more, then, well, you need to keep track of that. But in this case, we only have that single building, and I click on that and the builder is assigned. Perfect, it works. You don't need to go back to the build menu. If we have done everything and we like our station that much that we want to share it with other people, we need to save that building plan. We can give it a name, like for example, weird. Save that as new. And now we can export that building plan into a folder on our PC. If we export that right there, click OK, and that building plan will now be available in your PC. To show you where you find your building plans now that you maybe want to exchange or maybe you want to import them, you go into your PC. I'm here on Windows machine and I'm playing on Steam, but Steam or GOG should not make a difference where we're going right now, because you start in your documents folder. In documents, you search for Egosoft. In Egosoft, you go to X4, then you go to the random number of your game, and there you will find a folder which is called Construction Plan. And if you go in here, you have a lot of XML documents, and there is the station that is called Weird. It is now in here, and you can just copy it and give it to other people. When you now want to import a plan, you get the XML file that you got from wherever you got it from, maybe from our Discord server, where you have an X4 construction plan channel. Link is in the description down below. We also talk a lot about X4. When you got your XML file, you just copy it into that folder that I just showed you. And once it's in there, you need to go into your game and import the one station that you just put into your folder. Let's say it is the advanced electronics, or let's say Dukeshaven, no XL Fab. Import that plan. You will see that it is imported. And now you can select it from that list. There it is, Dukeshaven, no XL Fab is right there. This is an XML file that I got from my community members. If you just want to take a look at some other designs, or if you changed something after you already confirmed your module changes, easy as that with a click on cancel module change. Are you sure? Yes. We are back to exactly where we started. Nothing changed. It still was grabbing the resources that it was needing for this station. So once you are done with a design and you say, hey, that is something that I would like to start with, just click confirm module changes, and you can then mess around with it and just click on cancel module changes, and you're back to square one, or where you left from. Another really cool thing that I want to show you, maybe you just don't want to bother with building stations and you just want to have something that produces something. I don't know, put some water in there and put some advanced electronics, some microchips, some graphene, I don't care. And you would like to make just a generic station design with it. You again can go to this button here to the editor settings and then just press on shuffle modules and you get a station that has everything that you just put in there connected. There are some connection modules that got implemented into that design so that it works. You can also shuffle that again and maybe you get a different design and you can shuffle as much as you want. Maybe you get something that you really like and you're good and just confirm the module changes and you're done. That's also how easy it can be if you're just building very fast and you don't care about their design. And while Bozo is trying to bother us, that is already it. I hope you learned something about the station build menu. And if you want to share your thoughts about that station build menu, please leave a comment down underneath the description. I would love to read them. I read all the comments. I love that. And please don't forget to hit the subscribe button to get more of these videos in the future. I will do my best to provide you with all the good stuff for X4 in the future. And see you soon. I'm out.